everybody knows the thing Riot does best is making skins. So in this video, let's talk about skins that were originally created by fans and then Riot came along and basically stole them to put into League for real. Starting off with Firecracker Jinx. A Lunar New Year skin inspired by this concept art from a fan named Anti-Pioneer, who posted it on Reddit back in 2013. It ended up inspiring Riot to create the skin 2 years later, since it actually came out in 2015. And still talking about Jinx, she also got a concept from a fan named Celine Aydin. They made this version of Jinx not long after the very first Star Guardian skin drop, which was Star Guardian Lux back in 2015. So this concept probably helped inspire the look for her legendary skin that came out a year later. Next up is Grillmaster Brom, which came out during this year's April Fool's event. In this skin, he shows up as a kebab vendor, and the fan who made the concept art is a Turkish artist named Hiyati. Honestly, it's turned out really well. Moving on, there's this really cool legendary skin, which unfortunately is for a really lame champion, Dragon Trainer Heimerdinger. This one came from a guy who now actually works at Riot, named Vlad Bacescu. He created a concept where Heimer's machines were replaced with little dragons, and since the guy works at Riot now, it's pretty clear the skin was based on his fan art. Maybe Riot liked his work so much that they just hired him. That's gotta be the dream for any artist. Just imagine making splash art for League of Legends or Legends of Runeterra. I don't know if this dude did the actual splash or just the concept for the thing, but either way, doing splash art for lore must be insane, man. Another Yordle that got an awesome fan-made skin is Ziggs. There's this artist called Rodrigocesarok who came up with a skin concept called Sweet Tooth Ziggs. In this skin, he'd throw cupcakes at people. Eventually, this turned into the Sugar Rush Ziggs skin, and I honestly think this skin style is the best in the game. Even though I like the more serious skins too, whenever I play High Noon Yon, I'm like, damn, look at this Yon, bro. This thing is so clean. But every time I see a goofy skin like the April Fool's ones, or those candy themed ones, they just make me happy. It's a different kind of joy compared to serious skins, even though the serious ones are cool too. And another Ziggs skin that came out from a fan art was Pool Party Ziggs, which got posted on Reddit by a guy named Matcom. He came up with the idea of Ziggs throwing water balloons at people, and not just that, he also did the concept from Astronautilus. Dude's insane, seriously. There was another artist named Blaze Malefica who made 2 fist skins that are now in League. One of them is Infernal Fist, which is now called Little Devil Fist. Great name, by the way. In the original concept, the Oaths just summoned a regular demon from the ground, like a horned monster with a big mouth, and Riot ended up turning that into Little Devil Teemo, which was a way better take. Huge improvement over just generic demon. And the other one is Void Fist. Honestly, it looks super similar to the official version we got in League. He even designed the ult and W for that skin. By the way, his idea for the ult was Fist throwing a void fish at the ground, then summoning Cho'Gath to eat. I think this would have been amazing. Way cooler than what we have now, but I get it. They probably wanted to keep the unique feel of him summoning a champion in the other skin. I mean, he'd be summoning 2 different champs across 2 different skins, but like, who cares? Him summoning Cho'Gath would have been awesome. Next, we got Dark Star Oriana. Her concept was made by a French fan named Raphael Baudin. You can totally see it was inspired by Darkstar Varus. It looks just like the other skin. And in this fan version, her ball was supposed to be a literal black hole. But for clarity reasons, Riot added a few more details in the version that came out in League. Back in 2014, there was a Halloween skin concept for Miss Fortune. Besides the whole witchy outfit, her guns were supposed to look like candles. And a really similar skin actually came into League in 2019. That fan art came from an artist named Man, what's up with people never picking normal usernames? Anyway, the next skin's got a pretty cool backstory. It actually started out just a little Easter egg in another champion splash art, but after a fan made their own version, Riot turned it into an official skin. I'm talking about Pool Party Zac. He first showed up in the background of Pool Party Renekton's splash art. Let me zoom in here so you can see. Yeah, right there in the corner. Wait, what's that? Oh, it's like a button. So click that and subscribe to the channel. And consider becoming a channel member to get access to some dope perks, like choosing video topics and getting early access to videos. But anyway, back to Pool Party Zach. He was just an Easter egg in the corner of Pool Party Renekton's splash art. Then this Brazilian artist named Giz Almeida went and made a splash art for the skin, and Riot finally made it official in League. Honestly, out of all these fan-made skins and splash arts, this one is by far the best. Seriously, look at this thing. It's super high quality. It's awesome. It's on a whole other level compared to the rest. It's just kinda sad that there's not much that can be done with our boy Zack. But yeah, I think that skin is pretty much the most they could change about him without it just being a chroma. They've thrown some floaties, some doodadas. There's also another skin that came from a Brazilian, which is Project DE. The scriptwriter of this video, as someone who has Master Yi as their highest mastery champ, said that the skin sucked. He said, "It just feels so stiff, man. I can't really explain it. It feels like it has less attack speed. The hits feel weaker when they land, but then the crits hit like a truck. It's weird." Anyway, it came from a concept by a Brazilian fan named Marco Silva, who worked at Riot's office in Sao Paulo. He went ahead and made a 50-page presentation about this idea of Master Yi as a cyber samurai. Dude, 50 pages? I can't even imagine what he put in there. And the coolest part, he wasn't even a part of the concept art team or anything like that. He was just a regular employee in the office who really wanted the skin to happen. So he made a presentation. And then, lucky for him, Riot loved the idea and decided to make it a reality, bringing Project E into League. Now, moving on to a different category, I don't just want to talk about fan art or concepts anymore. I want to talk about custom skins that actually made it into League. Skins that fans created and later became official. The very first one to do that was Beekeeper Cinch. There's a spotlight video from 2012 made by this guy named Juhyov. Next up, we've got a really special case with Darkstar Cho'Gath. It was made by a guy named Brian, who got in touch with Riot through a Make-A-Wish Foundation, which is a charity that helps kids and young people with life-threatening illnesses fulfill their dreams. Brian loved playing League, and his main was Cho'Gath, so at first he asked for a custom skin for himself. Then Riot suggested that he come up with a few skin concepts for Cho'Gath, and that's when he came up with 3 ideas. One called War Drake, which was basically an ancient dragon-themed Cho'Gath, an Elder with Cho'Gath, and a Darkstar Cho'Gath. In the end, Darkstar was the one he liked the most, and that's the one they went with. He really liked the space theme. He even took part in making the theme song for the skin. Super cool. And when the skin came out, Riot launched a campaign where 100% of the profits from its sales were donated to charities around the world. It ended up raising over $6 million. Honestly, that's just awesome. These kinds of tributes Riot does for the community in cases like this are really heartwarming, man. Like that Jax one, where he has a voice line that goes, "The bravest hero I ever knew was just a kid." Because of the guy who was a Jax main and passed away from cancer. That kind of stuff is just really, really cool from Riot.
Bravest hero I ever knew was just a kid. Here's to you, champ.
Moving on, there are also a few skins that just started as memes in their League community, but got so popular that Riot ended up making in-game versions. The most famous one, which I think everyone knows, is KDA Gragas. But there's also another super famous one, Star Guardian Urgot. Both are champs that have nothing to do with those themes, and that's exactly why the community made fun of it. These Star Guardians are all cute and sparkly, throwing glitter powers around and stuff, while Urgot is like super edgy, dark, from the shadows, underworld type vibes. And the KDA girls, they're all Korean K-pop looking skinny model type characters. And then there's Gragas, this big old dude with his belly hanging out. Fucking awesome. Riot ended up tweaking them a bit, turning Gragas into music fan Gragas and Urgot into pajama guardian cosplay Urgot. But still, they were cool little nods to the community. Honestly, honestly, I couldn't find the names of the artists behind them because there's just way too many fan arts like this out there. No way to know who started the meme. But either way, it's super cool to see that kind of love the community has for Riot in League, even with all the drama, right? But yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.